It's a beautiful day today, and hopefully everybody went out for a walk or will go out for a walk. The sun is shining. God willing, it's going to be a wonderful day, and hopefully this whole thing will soon be over. I asked a very important question yesterday, and that was, why do we eat matzah before moror? At the Seder, we make motzi matzah first, and then we eat moror afterwards. It should be in the reverse. Moror should come before matzah because first we were slaves, and then we were freed. Matzah depicts freedom. Moror depicts slavery. We were slaves first. We should eat moror first. And the same thing with the drinking of the 4 cups of wine. The expressions for the 4 cups of wine is the first one is v'hotzesi, I brought you out. And then v'hitzalti, I saved you. Well, I saved you from slavery should be first. And then, v'hotzesi, I brought you out. Why is it in the reverse? So the answer is like this. That in order to appreciate what slavery was like, how bitter it was, in order you had to be taken out. You had to be given freedom first. And then once you were free, once you could breathe and you were free, you took a look back at yourself and you said, wow, that was terrible when we were there. It was so bad. Slavery was so bitter. You appreciated the slavery much more. You appreciated the bitterness much more once you were taken out and didn't have it anymore. And that's why we eat matzah that depicts freedom before moror that depicts slavery. And that's why v'hotzesi, the expression of the geula, the expression of I brought you out, comes before the expression that I saved you. And that is the answer to that first question, why we eat matzah first and moror afterwards. Now the next question is, what is the significance of the egg on the Seder plate? Well, the egg on the Seder plate, first of all, is a reminder of a special korban that was brought every holiday of our 3 holidays, and that's the korban chagiga. Now the egg, why an egg? An egg is round, and traditionally, heaven forbid, when somebody comes home from a funeral of a relative, the first meal by tradition and custom is to eat an egg, something that's round, to show us the cycle of life, that life goes on. Our Beis HaMikdash is still in ruins, and therefore we are sort of in mourning a little bit, and in order to depict this even a little further, the night that the Pesach Seder starts, which this year is Wednesday night, will be the same night that Tisha B'Av, the saddest day of the year, Tisha B'Av, will start on a Wednesday night this year also. It works every year, the same custom, same system. So that's the answer why we eat a hard-boiled egg. Why do we eat karpas at the Seder? Well, karpas usually is green, something that's greens, and that's usually eaten together with a meal later on. Here at the Seder, we eat karpas very, very early on in the Seder, very, very near the beginning. And what it does is it inspires the children to ask a question, why are we eating this now? Why is karpas eating, and why karpas? And this will give an opening to start the discussion of Magid, the Haggadah, and the story of the Exodus. Another question is, why is the middle matzah broken into 2? Well, the middle matzah was used in the memory of Hashem splitting the Yam Suf into 2 equal parts, and the Jews going through down the middle to dry land. That's one answer. Another answer is that the middle matzah depicts the Levi matzah. The top one is the Kohen, the middle one is the Levi, and the bottom one is Yisrael. The 3 sections of Klal Yisrael. And the reason why the Levi one is broken, and part of it is used for the Afikomen, is that the tribe of Levi was not really in the heavy servitude in the Avdus of Egypt. And another question was, why do we dip food into salt water? Well, normally we say, well, it's bitter and so on. That's correct, that's true. But according to the laws of the Egyptian priests at that time, it was forbidden to eat salt. By dipping food into salt water, we remember that we were freed from the burden of Egyptian laws. We were free, we could do it. Another symbol actually of freedom. You think it's a symbol of bitterness? Well, another answer is it's a symbol of freedom. And what is the meaning behind dipping an egg into salt water? The Chassam Sofer explains that all foods except for the egg becomes softer the longer they are cooked. The egg alone becomes harder the longer it cooks, it boils. And this is true of the Jewish people. The more the other nations afflict us, the tougher we become, and we will not be intimidated by or subdued by any other nation. And why do we open the door of our homes in the middle of the night when we say the paragraph of Shafot Chamoscha? A lot of you think that we open the door for Eliyahu Hanavi. Well, that's very nice, but the real answer is we open the door in the middle of the night to show our complete faith in Hashem, that on this night, it's called Leil HaShimurim, the watched night, and is secured. We're not afraid to open our doors even though it's the middle of the night. At this point, I would like to thank Gavi Emmer for emailing me the answers to questions all the way through, and also to Martin Kalmar, who also did the same thing. Hopefully, as we go through questions, some of you will do that. More of you will do that. Have a great day. Thank you. We'll see you next time.